Well, yeah, welcome to my home in the sticks. It's Dan, and we got to get these maters in the ground. The sun's out. It's nice and bright outside. Guess that that bad weather's done finally got away from us, and that's good because we need to get these maters in the ground. We over. Oh, we got Daddy Long Leg. See? We got to get these maters in the ground, as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit of roots poking out. I think they'd be all right to transplant. So we're gonna get these things in the ground, and I want y'all to come along with me when I do it. So let me get this camera set up, and then we'll get putting some maters in. Alright, here we go. We got some Creole maters. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh, it's windy out here, y'all. I apologize for the wind if y'all hearing it. I just need to look into getting some kind of, maybe an external mic or something to put on me. But I apologize for the wind if it's windy. At least it ain't raining. It's sunny and windy, and I'm good with that. But I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to ever eat a Creole mater or grow some. They are a fine tomato. The only thing that separates these maters from pretty much any other mater that I've ever known of is a true Creole tomato is vine ripened. Which means it sets on the vine as it gets big, and it ripes up on its own, and then once it gets ripe, you pull it off the vine. You know, unlike some other maters, when they start to turn a pinkish or light red, you pull them, and some folks set them in their windowsill or outside on a table, something like that, to ripen up. These tomatoes, they ripen on the vine. That's what a true Creole tomato is. But all we're going to do is we're just going to get these guys out. As you can see, they're starting to get root bound. So all we're going to do is we're going to straighten them roots out like that, and we're going to just get them to where they grow down, not out. I don't really know how we're going to do this. I'm kind of thinking, you know, we go one here and then one there, something like that. I don't know. We just have to see, because this is a 2x8 raised bed, and you want to give these maters, you know, at least 12 inches of growing space per plant, because if they start bunching up, then you'll start having some problems with aphids, and one mater plant will start shading out the other, and that's what we don't want to do. So we'll start with this one right here. I don't know if you can see it. I may have to pan that camera down. Let me see if I can pan it down for you. You can see what I'm doing. Get that out of the way. Well, I need to go. There we go. See if you can see what I'm doing. There we go. What I like to do is, you see these first set of leaves right here? I'll actually like to bury those. So I'll get down real deep and bury them in just like that. Give them a good push. You might even just stagger them a little bit. See if you can see that. I think I might just, you know, stagger them. I think they'll start growing well like that. But what I have is, I don't know if you can see them down here in the dirt with y'all. See that? But we're gonna stagger them. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get these guys in the ground. and I'll show you what they look like. The raised bed mixture that I got from Tree Lady Nursery, I think it's going to do just fine on these maters, but you know, we'll just see. So I'm gonna go on and get these things in the ground, and what I'm planting in is I have 5. I have 6 Creole maters. I think we have 2 better boys left over, and I have 2 of these guys right here. These yellow pears that we started from seed. We're gonna go on and get those in the ground because I'm just looking at it. There's 3 of those. I had them setting up on this little planter right here, and the wind knocked one over and cracked the cup, and I could see the roots coming out the bottom. So we need to get those in the ground too. So give me a second. I'm finna get these in the ground, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So give me a second. All right, y'all. No selfie stick right now. I'm using my arm, but let me show you what I did. All right, we got. I want to say we have 11 of these guys in the ground, and that's what they're looking like. Let me see if I can get around from this way. That sun is. There we go. Got 11 of them in the ground. Some Creoles, a couple of big boys, and a couple of yellow pears. So they in the ground. What I tell you, what I do on mine, and again, I'm not a master gardener or anything like that, but it's just something I've done for a while with these maters and haven't had a problem. But when these guys get up, they get about this tall, all of these stems that are touching the ground, I'm gonna go ahead and snip those off and prune them. I actually prune my maters, and the reason being is when you have leaves and excuse the wind, when you have leaves that touch the ground, that's kind of like ringing a dinner bell for aphids and bugs to start getting on your maters. So I snip these guys off, all these low-lying stems. I snip those off. Any kind of leaf, like off your mater, any of these leaves that touch the ground, it becomes kind of like leaf litter, and stuff just wants to take over your mater plant. So the best way to not have that happen is just, you know, go on and get rid of these leaves off the bottom. And once these guys get up a little bit, we're gonna do that. So that's what it looks like. And you know what? It's too pretty a day to waste. So we're gonna work on this this trellis system. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do on these guys. As you can see, these early girls have gotten bigger, and I've actually pruned them down, where it's just a stalk and then some leaves coming up. I also pinch all these suckers too that are growing out the middles and try to get rid of those suckers. This one's starting to, looks like it's wanting to flower. But let me get this camera set up, and we'll start working on trellising these tomato plants up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as trellising them up. So give me a second, let me get everything set up, and we'll rock and roll on it. All right, y'all. Step one to doing these trellising up these tomatoes. I got me a Sharpie, and what I'm gonna do is I have 3 maters in a row. I don't know if y'all can see that. 3 maters in a row. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Sharpie and I'm just gonna roughly mark out where each tomato plant's gonna lie. So I'm gonna do that, and get that thing down. I got my ladder. I'm gonna get that pole down, and we'll move in to step 2. So give me a second. All right, y'all. Step 2. What are we using to complete this mission, this task? Well, we have some just nylon twine. We have some little small eye bolts, I guess you want to call them. And we are using something called tomato clips. and all they are it's recycled plastic. It's a clip, and it's actually got a little, I don't know if you see that, a little channel in the middle. We'll get to that when it comes time, but they snap closed. And what I have here is my board that I took down, and what I did was I actually marked this pole with that Sharpie that I showed you, and that's going to designate where I'm going to put my little small eye bolts. So let me see if I can get y'all down on this. There we go. So I see I have one right about right here. Just start a little small hole. I have one right about here. I'm going to try to stay in about the center of the board. And let's see, I have another one right here. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these eye bolts, these little small eye bolts, and I'm just going to run them in. Just like that. Pre-drill it if you can. It makes it a lot easier, and they won't pull out. I'm just going to run them down in there. Might give it another turn. Seeing it's in there real good. That's what it looks like. All I'm going to do is I'm going to run these other ones in. And the last one, well, it's not the last one, it's the last one on this board. We'll run it in. And there you have it. You got your board that's got the 3 eye hooks in it. On your string, when you're tying your string, when you cut it, this is just something my dad always told me to do. Just going to make you a small loop and tie off that end. See how I did that? Tie off that end so it doesn't, well, doesn't unravel on you. It wasn't supposed to, but it did. See if I can do it again. There we go. And if you have an OCD problem like I do, you get a pair of scissors and you snip that off. But make a little knot. I'm going to run it down, but we'll get to that in step 3. So let me get this guy in place up over there by the maters, and we'll start on part 3. Alright y'all, step 3. I went looking around. I don't have any 3-inch nails. All I had was, screws. All I had was a 3.5-inch screw. But what we have to do is we have to secure that pole to this frame. So when the wind blows and whatnot, it'll be all good. So that's what we finna do now. That's okay. We're going to have a little bit sticking up at the top, but it's okay. It serves a purpose. Get down off this ladder and we're going to get that other side. Ooh, it's windy. see this. Let's see. Yeah. Trying to spin you around. Let's see, that's not working. Maybe this will work. There we go. Ooh, that's making me dizzy just looking at it. Alright. We're going to secure this last one up. Alright, is secure. What we're going to do next, ooh, what you doing there? Oh, that's probably why that thing's like that. What we're going to do now is, on that string we talked about, we're actually going to attach some string to these little small eye bolts, and we're going to run them down to the tomatoes. So let's see if we can do that. Now, I guess we'll just call that part of step 3 too. So, anyways, I guess I got to get back up on this ladder too. So, hold on. Can y'all see this? Make a small little slip knot. There we go. Just made a little small slip knot. I'm just gonna run it on down. See if I can get y'all to see that. I don't know if it's coming out, but I'm trying. There it is. A little slip knot. And we are just going to run it on down all the way to the ground. And it's going to look like unmount. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. We just run it on. Run that string all the way down, and we're just going to hit the ground with it. Boom. So let me get this set up, and then we'll move into step 4. Give me a second. Hey y'all, this is step 4. Them tomato clips. What you do is, all the way down at the bottom, I don't know if y'all can see this, I'll get some close-up shots, but that clip that's got the little V channel, you're going to set it down in the V, and all we're going to do is run it all the way down to the bottom. We're going to take that tomato, and we're going to clip it. And kind of look like, let's see if I can get y'all a close up. Unmount, once again. Let's see if you can see that. See the clip? And all we're doing is we're grabbing that tomato plant down at the base. And we're going to hold on to it. And what happens is, as the tomato plant grows, you add a clip to it. See, as it grows, you add a clip to it. You can clip it right here. Get one of these little things and we'll clip it. And what it does is it causes the tomato to... Oops, got my finger in the way. Got a whole bunch of stuff in the way. What it does is it causes that tomato to grow straight up on this right here, on this line. And as you can see down here at the bottom, See that? We'll add another one right here. And we'll keep clipping that mater. As he gets taller, we'll keep clipping him onto this string right here. And that's called a, well, from what I call it, that is a mater trellis. It's a mater trellis. I've used this, started doing this last year, and it worked out really well. Didn't have to put a whole bunch of tomato cages and sticks and all that stuff. I just used this string, and they grew straight up. And I'm telling you, y'all, I had some stalks that were that big around. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all these guys, get all of this other stuff marked out, screwed in on the top, get the eye bolts put in, get some string run, and get them hooked, get the maters hooked up to the string, and I get back with you. So here's one day out here too, y'all. This string flying all over the place. But give me a second, well, give me a couple of minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like whenever I get done. Cool. I'm getting closer. Losing light, y'all. Gonna have to get after it. It's well worth it though. This is the last one. All this is actually the eyeballs and stuff that I used last year. Use them again this year. All right. Get this up here without tearing anything up. I think that looks good. So. Now this little piggy ate a roast beef sandwich. This little piggy ain't had none. Oh, turn the camera on. Y'all, one more thing I wanted to point out, and I should have brought it up when we was trellising these tomato plants, but let me show you. When you put your tomato clips on your tomatoes, you want to make sure that you put your clips in a place where they are not interfering with anything that is starting to bud or flower. See right here, let me move this guy over. See right here? Right here, it's starting to flower. You don't want to put that clip anywhere near anything that's starting to flower. What's going to happen is, as the fruit starts to get bigger, the tomato clip may hinder how the fruit grows. So you want to use, try to get it on the main stalks away from the flowers. So I just want to throw that out there too. Alright, y'all, we got these tomato plants trellised up, and it's looking real good. So let me show you. Got them trellised up real good. As you can see right here, we got these. You see how it holds them up straight? That line's pretty taut. What we're trying to do is we're trying to train these guys to grow upwards. It's worked out pretty good. Last year we did it, and it worked out real good. What I will tell you is, last year we had, I don't know what it was, but we just had a bunch of stink bugs move in, and they just landed on all these native plants and they just destroyed everything. So I got some for that butts this year. We're going to use a product called kaolin, and what it is, it's basically what they use to make makeup. It's an organic substance, and it's something that you can actually mix with water, and you can spray it on these tomato plants or any kind of plants really, from what I understand, and it leaves a white substance, a white powdery substance on your tomatoes, and it causes the stink bugs. Just like, you know what, I don't want to mess with these tomato plants because I can't eat anything. So that's what we're gonna do this year if we have that problem. It's imperative that you keep an eye on, you know, the stuff that you have growing. You look at those stuff, you know, over there in my dang Georgia Hybrid College. I'm gonna end up having to trim, just going to cut off all those leaves that have the holes in them from the worms. Went ahead and put that neem oil on them, and I haven't seen any other bug, any other worms get on them since. So that's a good thing. Excuse me, a quick note on these tomato clips. I want to say I got these off of eBay. See, recycled tomato clips. I want to say I got 1,000 of these guys for I don't know, 12 bucks. They're made out of recycled material. I want to say like plastic 2-liter bottles and things of that nature, and they work really well. They're UV rated, so they can stay out in the sun, you know, as your stuff grows. If I am not mistaken, well, no, I have another bag of these somewhere in my shop that I haven't even used yet. All of these were from last year. Now it's just not, you don't have to just use these on tomatoes. Any plant you have that vines and grows up, you can use them on. Here's a good example. That wandering blackberry, see? Tomato clips. Clip on there. I believe in my last video that I did, we talked about this guy. He is not a blueberry. He's a wandering blackberry. That's flowering. Ooh, so pretty. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. So hey, there you have it. We got our maters in that raised bed. They looking okay. They a little bit droopy. I don't know. Maybe going into a little bit of shock, but we're going to keep an eye on them. It was too pretty of a day when I got home to not go ahead and drive on with these, getting these tomatoes trellised up, and they're looking good. Time consuming, yes, very. But the thing about it is, once you get your tomato plants trellised up, it's done. The only thing you have left to do while they're growing, through the growing season, is just add clips to the string as they grow. And we're going to get some video on that as they grow, just to illustrate how I'm using the tomato clips. But with that being said, I hope y'all like this video. It's just, again, it's just some stuff that I've done in the past and it's worked, and I want to share it with you guys. But I think what I'm going to do is probably with that 2x8 raised bed that has tomatoes in it, I'm going to have to figure out a way to maybe trellis down. I don't know. We'll have to think on it and do some studying and see how we do it, because those tomatoes will benefit from the trellis as well as these. So, y'all, it's not about what you can get, but it's going to be pretty much all about what you can give. So, we'll see you in the next video. I hope everybody's doing well and okay. and we'll see you on the next go round.